To begin this assignment, I'd like you to print out the Ialac story that's above this video and really read through it in detail. It's about a 4-year-old Katie and her day. And Ialac stands for, and there's a glare and I know it's backwards, but I am lovable and capable. And what I want you to think about is kind of starting every day with a clean slate and going in and having that feeling of I am lovable and capable. And as your day goes on, there's different people and situations that affect how you feel about yourself and how your day goes. We have maybe those invisible little tears in us when somebody says or does something negative to us. And we also have those stars where we feel positive even when we got some of that positive feedback or a positive situation happened. And this is what happens to children every day. It happens to us as well. But I want you to be putting yourself in a 4-year-old child's position when you do this assignment. So what you're first going to do, and again I know it's going to be backwards and there's a glare with the sun coming off, but you're going to read the Ialac story about Katie that I just mentioned, 2 pages, front and back. And then I want you to choose a child in your observation site or in your classroom. Perhaps it's a child that really pushes your buttons. I think there would be something valuable in observing that child. It's going to be confidentially done, so you're not going to make it overly noticeable that you're observing. And I want you to be aware of the things that you say and that you do, as well as the things that other children say and do towards this child, and take notes of it. So it's going to be the positive and the negative things. And be honest again. I'm really impressed with how honest everybody's been in all of their work. And I appreciate that because that's the only way that you're going to get better is truly reflecting on what you're doing and saying. So take notes of the positive and the negative, those rips and those, excuse me, stars of throughout the day or a chunk of time with this child. And then I want you to go home or later in the day, and actually create, like I did, an Ialac sign. If you could see the glare. It can be digitally done on a computer. It can be written on paper. If you do all your work on the paper, just make sure you scan it and send it, because you are going to be handing these in. And then I want you to, what I want you to do is after you make your little sign, I want you to actually make a tear. And next to the tear, I want you to write down some of the things that you either observed or heard, whether it was done by you or another child or another teacher in the room, that you feel maybe created some tears for that child. And then, in a different spot, I want you to actually make a star and do the same thing. Write the situations or the things that you've heard that maybe put some stars on there. And I really want you to reflect on that and then put yourself in that child's position and create a reflection about how that felt. And there is a rubric with I learned statements for this assignment. There's 6 statements that I really want you to reflect on. So I want you to go through and actually read the rubric and write it. Follow the rubric very carefully. In all of my classes that I've taught with NHTI, one of the biggest things that students get marked down on is they're not following the rubric. You could write an awesome, written, detailed reflection, but it may not touch point on the things in the rubric, so students get marked down a lot. So really go through and make sure that you are pointing out and writing down what's in the rubric. And reflect on that. And I really want you to be, again, honest about, how do you think that child felt? What do you think the information told you about that child? What kind of messages were that child getting? And then make sure that your reflection and your actual sign get submitted on to Blackboard in the designated spot, which would be directly under this video. So again, just be honest and really reflect. That's how we're going to learn. So thanks. If you have any questions, email me or post in the Blackboard.